Okay, today we're coming up Wet Canyon from Weston, Colorado along Highway 12 here. Highway 12 goes west out of Trinidad, and this property we're going to is Timber Ridge. Timber Ridge, Tract 27. Has 35 acres and an RV on it. A little campsite spot already on it with power going by it. This is about 25 minutes west of Trinidad, up in the mountains, very close to the mountain lakes and all public areas that are up here. And you have good hunting and things like that. So I'm just taking a little bit of video here coming up Wet Canyon so you can see what it's like. You've got pavement, about 3 miles up Wet Canyon here, and you only got a couple more miles to go to the property. And what you're seeing here, you can see a house. There's this truck, but you can see a house right there. Get the sprinkle a little bit, and then there's a ridge. You see that tall ridge right there? This guy's slowing down. That tall ridge right there. The property comes over the back of that ridge, and you can see that on the topo and the aerials. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this gentleman. Okay, so that ridge over there is the back side of the property, and you'll see that a little bit better here in a second. Okay, we've gone a little bit further up Wet Canyon here. You can see we're on county maintained year-round roads. It's maintained by the county, and the top of that ridge right there is where the property comes over on the back side. And like I say, you can see that on the aerials and things. You've got year-round access to this property, and the roads are maintained very well. And it's a deep canyon property with a nice, very seasonal, meaning that anytime there's some good moisture, rain coming down or snow, the creek bed in this little piece of property here is 35 acres. It has water running through it or pooling up in the bottomland. And there's a sawmill. That's a sawmill in Wet Canyon, so you can get rough cut lumber from them and build something at less prices than what you're going to buy at the lumber store, that's for sure. We're just driving around to the property. I showed you the backside and the property. The canyon the property's in is this one right here, and it goes up over that hill when I was showing you on the backside. So you can kind of see, if you come here and you're driving, you come to this sign right here, and it's Timber Ridge, and we just go left here, cross Wet Canyon, little creek of Wet Canyon. With a valley bottom like this thing has, your water well cost, if you drill a water well, is going to be a lot less, because you have a valley bottom. If you get on these ridge tops like that, you essentially have to drill down to here through that ridge top, and a lot of folks, they want to build right on top of that so you can see the really fantastic views. But you definitely have a higher expense of getting water. And if you look at the topo on this property that's here on the web page, you're going to see on the top of it. I'm not going to hike the top of it today, but you're going to see on the top of it, they got a nice flat top up there, and you're going to see all the mountain views. If you decide to hike up the top and enjoy yourself up there. So it's only, off of the main Wet Canyon road here, it's only about, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile, maybe a mile, maybe a little more, around a mile, a little more. So we're coming to the first property corner. If you look at the aerial, it's basically about right where this power pole's at. It looks like we've got a marker right here on the edge. Now, I don't see that, but this is basically the beginning of the property. So you've got all this nice canyon land down in here, and you got a bench spot right here where you could build a cabin and do something if you wanted to. Like I say, the property goes up and over that ridge right there, but on top it's really nice and flat. You got some neat hiking on this property, and you're going to see some great views from up there. So I'm just going to drive along to the opposite end. So we're going along the northern property boundary right now. You've got different spots where you could do something in here. You got this nice flat spot right here. There's only a couple people that have any cabins or homes in this ranch, so you don't have a lot of traffic on this road at all. See how the canyon drops down in there. And also there's telephone along this this road as well. So like I say, the land goes up and over, and it takes in this hill here. You see on the topo, that's the highest point in the property right there, that mound. Okay, and this piece of property, this is Tract 27 in Timber Ridge. It's 35 acres, and you've got there's an RV that comes with it too. You can, I don't know if you can see it in the trees here as we're coming down on the opposite side over there. But that comes with it too. You got some really neat rock formations and cliffs in here. See, we're going to be on the far western edge of the property boundary here, and this little waterfall, this little rock formation here, you find pools of water down here below. So if you want to drill a water well, I'd drill it somewhere on this upper edge, and you're going to probably get some water at a shallower depth, and good water too. But this thing, you know, we have a ½ inch of rain basically every day this time of year during the monsoon season. And this thing will be flowing over and dropping water down in here. So this is where we're going to turn in and go over to the RV here and things. And hopefully I can do this one-handed. I think so. So we just came to the far western boundary line. Now we're going back into the property. You might need to put a little more dirt here. Okay, we're on the campsite or potential build site if you wanted to improve this area. The owners made the cut and came across here, and they've got trees still laying down here. Got plenty of wood if you want to chop it up and burn something. And then the canyon's all down below, so that's the northern side of the property. We're facing north right now, and then most of the property goes up and over this hill, and on the very top to that mesa up on top, this is the little RV they've got sitting here that goes with the property. It's been sitting here for a while. Doesn't look like it's been used much, but some pack rats and stuff have been in here, but cleaned up and things. You've got something to work with right off the bat. The standard stuff with the electric / propane refrigerator and things, and that's the grand bathroom. Okay. Now this the property goes, as you saw when we were driving in along the road right there. You can see the power lines. It goes all along this canyon, and it made a road cut a little bit further up in here. You can see it's wet down there. That's where the water is running every afternoon, going through. If I was to go down below that little waterfall I showed you, there's a little pool of water down in there. So it's frequent. So this is as far as they push some dirt to go along the side of this hill, and the property goes quite a ways that way. I'd say a quarter mile or so from here, going back through. Very wooded. You've got lots of animals in this area, elk especially, and there's the ridge across from us. I don't want to walk up the hill today, but thinking about dropping down in here. Pretty neat stuff. Yep, here's a first little pool of water. You got a good shot at getting it. Good well, and not a lot of money. For not a lot of money. The animals around here love little tight canyons like this because they hide on these north-facing slopes like this, and they walk these canyons to find little pools of water like that. Some aspens. You find the aspens here at this elevation too because of the water. Water bugs everywhere, so the water's staying around for them to be living. You can see how it rushes through here. All the grass bent down. You got a little tiny stream flowing. It's most of the water in Colorado is underground. Well, you see on the surface, like going through out of Colorado and through the Grand Canyon. With the Colorado River, that's only, like geologists say, it's about, I don't know, a quarter of the water that's actually flowing. This is one of my favorite spots on this property. Oops, don't watch what I'm doing. You hear the water dripping down? Here it comes. It's just dripping down all across this rock shelf underneath here. Reminds me of Paladar Canyon in Amarillo, Texas. It's drier than dirt and a rattlesnake about every other step. If you walk up one of these narrow canyons like this, you find sandstone shelves like this, and that's where you find your water, especially if you're in a survival situation. The same goes for up here in this high country in the mountains of Colorado. You walk these deep canyons, you'll find water. That's pretty. It's starting to thunder now. Number one thing that kills people in the Rocky Mountains is lightning. So we're gonna be done, and hope you enjoy the property. You got tons of pine cones here, falling down off the trees. Squirrels and animals, they like piling things up like that. Just want to show you one other quick thing about this water coming down through the canyon. Like I was talking about, it's mostly underground. You don't see any water running up here above because it's soaking all down through those rocks and then dropping down and going. I'm just headed back up to the where the RV is sitting at right up here. This is the little road we drove in on. They put a couple culverts in here. Don't look like they're doing too bad. But you're gonna need more dirt, I think, because it's kind of getting narrow. They're a little crushed. You can see how the water shoots out of that. I think you can. I don't know if you can tell in the video. It even gets so full it starts running over the edge here and comes down. See that? So, you know, they probably need to be replaced before they get blown out. But they'll work for a while. Okay, we're just driving back out now. I'll give you the view. Like I say, this is the far western, northwestern corner boundary where this road comes in. Right up here. And there's telephone boxes, so you got telephone too in here, which is very unusual for up here in the mountains. And the window down. Driving back out, and we are through.